Hey guys, welcome back to Tech Duo. In this video, we're going to go over the Chromecast 4th generation with Google TV. So this is the brand new Chromecast from Google itself, and it costs about $50 for this version, and I think it's worth every penny. It is amazing to use. The Google TV interface is great and really simple to go through and set up and get going. The remote is a great update to it. I don't like using my phone to cast to it constantly. It's kind of annoying, especially if you're doing something on your phone or if you're browsing through Instagram, let's say, or something, and you want to, of course, cast or go to the next episode and so on and so forth. It's a little frustrating. But the Google Remote also pairs with all of your devices, which is really cool too. So your TV, your soundbar, and anything like that. So it's just one remote that you use for your Google TV and all of your devices in your living room. So I'm going to go through, I'm going to unbox this, and then we're going to set it up. All right, so let's go ahead and unbox this. So first thing I'm going to do is peel the plastic off, of course. Get this all removed. Okay, so now from here, we can just open it from the bottom. And you can see it's really nicely packaged. So we have our Chromecast right here. So we'll open this up. Pull it out. You can see here, this is definitely different from the older versions, but it is a Chromecast. So it's got the HDMI there and the sync button on the bottom here, and it's the reset button. So I'll move that off to the side. And then we have the remote. So this, I'd say, is the best feature of the Chromecast, is this remote paired with that Google TV. Just works so well. And here you go. So this is the remote. Of course, you have the up and down buttons here. Go up, down, left, right. You got the back button. This is the Google Voice button, so that you can do your Hey Google from here. You can click on that and start searching with that. Home, mute, YouTube, Netflix, power, and then, of course, input. So it does take 2 AAA batteries there, which they do include in the box, and here is the volume as well. Move that over. And then you just have some instructions here on getting started. Peel this off. And so just explains how to get started from here. And then in the box as well, you have your USB-C type cable to USB there, type A, and it's a great cable there, so we're going to move that over. And then we have our power adapter. It's pretty standard. Move that over, and then on the bottom here, we have our AAA batteries. So you got 2 AAA batteries with it as well. So that's pretty much it for the box. Nothing else in there except for these few items. And let's go ahead and set it up. All right, guys, so we are now presented with our Google TV here. So it's going to go through the pairing process of our remote. So I went ahead and it selected it and found this remote right away. It does give you the option of hitting the back button and the home button at the same time to pair it. But let's go ahead and just head through this process here. United States, set up with the Google Home app. We're not going to do that. We're going to go through the setup on TV instead. The Google Home app makes it much easier. If you're signed into it already with your Google account, you would scan that QR code. It would set up the entire device for you itself. It would essentially go through your profile and ask you if you want this and that. It'll go through that entire process. We'll set it up manually, the entire thing. So let's move on to the next step. Select our Wi-Fi network. I'll type in the Wi-Fi network now. Hit next. It's now connecting to my network, and we're connected. We'll give this a minute here. All right, so now it's going to download the update, and we will come back once it's finished. Okay, so the Chromecast finished the update. We'll continue and put in our email address here. Now that we entered our credentials in and did our two-factor authentication, if you have that enabled, like I do, we'll continue with the process. So we'll click accept, I agree, use of location and so on. I will accept that as well. So as you can see, going through this process manually takes a little bit longer. If you use the Google Home app, it would have done it all for you by itself. You would have just scanned your QR code from that app, and then it would have just continued that process, and it would have been really simple. So now Google Assistant wants to go ahead and continue here. It's going to do the search across all apps. So I'm going to click allow for that. Voice match, I'm going to click agree and agree. And now it wants our services. So we can select the services that we want. So Prime Video, we have, let's see, not too many of these. YouTube Music for sure. And that looks like everything. And Netflix, of course, and YouTube are both defaulted on here. So I'm going to confirm. And set up remote. So I'm not going to do this now. This is going to be set up remote with your audio device, either your TV or your sound bars. So I'm going to click not now. And now it's going to go through and install the apps for us. Awesome, so all of our apps are now finished. Let's start exploring. And as you can see here, it's going to bring us to this beautiful looking UI. It looks like the other Android TVs, if you've had an NVIDIA Shield, it looks very similar, but I do like this interface a little bit better than I do the NVIDIA Shield. So as you can see here, we have all of our information, our recommendations, we got Netflix and our apps listed right here. If we go to the top, you have our search. We also have the movies and shows and apps. If we head over to apps, you can go ahead and install any of these apps listed below. So let's test the voice control now. If you press the black button on this and you hold it down and speak, it will pull up whatever information you ask it. Hey Google, what's the weather going to be like? So it brings up the weather in my local town here, which is very cool. So I'm going to head back. Hey Google, open YouTube. And now it's going to open YouTube for us. So let me back out of that. Very cool. And let's see if it finds a movie for us or a show. The Boys. And so you don't have to say Google, but it pulls up The Boys on Amazon Prime, which is awesome. So that's pretty much it. There is one thing that I noticed that the device tends to do sometimes. It is very snappy, but there's one thing when you're searching back and forth or scrolling back and forth between the home pages. On the For You page or on the search page, for some reason it will completely stop or freeze for a little bit while it's loading either your recommendations or things you've seen already. But that does go away within 15 seconds or so, but I've seen that occasionally, not that often. But other than that, this device has been great for me and I love it. In today's video, we went over the Chromecast with Google TV, which I personally love. For $50, you cannot go wrong with this. I would highly recommend it. If this was informative for you guys, please leave a comment below. If you guys liked it, hit that like button and subscribe for us. That'd be helpful, really help us in the long run. So take care, guys.